Hey guys, check out this classic beauty. Ooh, look at that. TRC, a realistic TRC. What are you? A TRC 490. Great old radio. Seems to work too. Listen, we got some light skip coming in today. I have it hooked up to an external speaker because, let me show you. The internal one. The internal one's not very good. That's got to be a tiny little speaker. We'll open this up in a minute and we'll see what that speaker looks like. Let me bring it in close and show you all the features of this radio and show you the face up close because it is a pretty radio. Look at that. Bring it right in close. Isn't that a pretty radio? This one's in pretty good shape too. I mean, it's got a couple of minor little things like that cover is slightly bent. I'll flip it over in a few minutes and show you the underside. The underside's got a couple of dents in it too. It looks like it took a couple of hard landings. But first we'll start out with, we have the typical realistic microphone jack, the 5-pin DIN, which I don't really care for the 5-pin DIN. They in time wear out and then the microphone doesn't stay in. But this one is still in good shape. Move the radio around with that. Keep doing that and it won't be in good shape for long, right? Next to it, we have the headphone jack. And believe it or not, I actually use headphones that use that jack. Look at this. Check out what my son gave me. You see the name? What a nice kid that I have. But that plugs right into these radios, into the big 1/4-inch jack. And of course we got the Radio Shack, the name, the TRC 490. I like what they did with the channel knob on these. It's got a professional look to it. This one's actually in good shape too. Look at that. All the characters, they're right on. None of them even blink, nothing. Let's get back to 38. Next to that, we have the volume control. I'll be back in a second. And it also shuts it off and turns it back on. My light behind me is blinking a little. Did you see that? I hope that bulb's not getting out. Next to that, we have the squelch. That flickering light behind me is a little disturbing. Next to the squelch, we have the RF gain. As we turn that, you'll see the signal will get weaker and weaker. Let's turn that Sasquatch back up. We got a weird skip coming in today. I've been hearing Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's all over the place today. Next to the RF gain is clarifier, which, let's see if anybody will talk again. Now, a lot of people play with the clarifier constantly. I don't. I just leave it be. If somebody can't be bothered to get their radio on frequency, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to sound good on my radio. I'm going to leave it for the majority of people because 90% of people are on frequency and you don't need to mess with the clarifier. Oh, listen. So you find that happy place, and this one seems to be just off center, just to the right.
375, what's going on is
See, I'm familiar with that guy, and that's the way he sounds. So the clarifier is where it should be. Next to the clarifier, we have the mode selector, where obviously the lower side, and that needs a little cleaning. Above the knobs, we have the noise blanker switch, the automatic noise limiter and noise blanker. It's in one button. We can switch it to PA, and it has a channel 9. And when I hit the channel 9, notice the channel display will change. It also makes a cool sound over the speaker. Can I get louder? When you turn it to channel 9, it gives like a double click sound. Single off, and like a quick double on when you click it. Might just be a dirty switch too. Skip is still coming in. Now we're hearing Minnesota on there. The meter on this radio, I like the meter. This meter though, it seems like it might be a little stingy. Does it drop all the way down? No, it doesn't even drop all the way down when I shut the radio off. Almost, but not quite. When I key the mic though, it does seem to act the way it's supposed to. It went all the way up into the red zone when I gave it some modulation. Which, by the way, did you happen to notice that too? Watch the light on that, the backlighting on that meter. As it goes to modulation, it changes to red. Isn't that cool? And now if anybody's on channel 35 in the area, they're going, what? So let's go back there and see if anybody comes on. No. On the back of it, we have the SO239 connector, external speaker and PA jacks, the info tag for this radio. Does it have a date? No, no date. Oh, and the little white sticker that Realistic put on is gone. We have a 12-volt power supply connector, and to use that, you have to switch it back and forth. If you're going to use the AC, it has to be on AC. If you're going to use DC, switch it to DC. And it also has a built-in fuse. I'm not sure if that fuse is just for the 110 line, or if that is dual purpose and protects them from both circuits. Look at that. You don't see those anymore. Good old-fashioned crystal filter. Makes the receive so nice and quiet. The receive on these old radios is way better than the new ones. Alright, let's put this thing back in line. See what it sounds like on the air. See if we can make any contacts with it. CQ 151, South Carolina. Standing by.
Go ahead, take there 51 South Carolina, double at 94 said we'll be standby.
Copy that. Double aught 94. Is that what you're saying? I'm having a hard time pulling you out. The conditions are weak.
Yeah, it's kind of fading in now here. Yeah, it'll be 0094. I just go by double at 94 Central Iowa.
Copy that. Double aught 94. I like it. Now that I can hear you, I like it. Hey, double aught 94. It was great to reach you. Have a fantastic weekend. You got 151 Mower Junkie in South Carolina. I'm going to say 73s.
How about that 151 Mower Junkie? This is 123 Central Iowa. Better have given you a call.
123 Central Iowa. You just came in here really loud, really clear, sounding fantastic. You got 151 South Carolina. Returning to you.
Yeah, we just put up a new antenna, the Vector 4000.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, that's a good quality antenna. I've done some research on that one. Yeah, today over here I'm playing with a first time ever Realistic Navajo, an old timer, a classic.
Cool.
I-123 in Iowa. Hey, thank you so much for the contact. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. I hope all is well on your end. I'm going to say 73s to you. You got 151 South Carolina. I'll be standing by.
151 South Carolina. I'm going to say 73s to you as well, and you have a great weekend and your family as well.
How about that? It works pretty well, doesn't it? She sounded good, too. She had a good sounding station.
Yeah, it does once in a while.
Well, how about that? It worked pretty well, didn't it? You never know. Just flip through the channels and start calling out. Don't be one of those guys that says, I never get any skip. You got to call out to get it. I just flipped through the channels. We went from 37 to 40. And on 37, we got double aught 94, which at first I had a hard time understanding what he was saying. because the conditions were just so weak between him and I. But then we got 123 in Iowa, where she came in loud and clear. She sounded fantastic on her new Stereo Vector, I believe she said, the antenna. Works well. It's definitely a keeper. The meter, I still got to look into that some. I still think that meter is being a little on the stingy side. When a strong signal comes in, it does go up to where it really should be, so I'm just not sure on that meter yet. Everything else, though, I love the sound. When you change the channels, it does a cool sound over the speaker. Yep, got some more skip coming in. Alright guys, that's it. The TRC 490. Just another radio in my collection. Alright guys, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.